Hey everybody, hello, welcome to another awesome episode of Wellness Blueprints. I'm so glad you're here to nourish your roots with me. I'm Jess Milner. I am a master nutritionist and functional bloodwork specialist and quantum energy healer. So let's get started today. I am going to talk a little bit about some travel prep, some stuff that I do when I'm getting ready to travel, particularly on an airplane. But this is really great for any type of travel. Some things will be a little bit more, talking about airports and stuff like that. But it's often something that we tend to think about. What kind of things do we want to have with us to be prepared? What kind of things are going to go on? Or could potentially go on. So, we don't want to bring like the entire cabinet with us, but we do need to bring some things. So, I wanted to just let you guys know what kind of stuff I bring along with me to help keep my body functioning properly and working well while traveling. So, all right. So, let's see where to start. So, daily I take my collagen, my Modere collagen, my Modere trim, and I love to have my Revitalize. So the Revitalize is pretty simple because it comes in these fantastic little packets. So that's super easy. You just take the packets out of this big honky box here and put them into, a Ziploc or a little zipper bag you have or whatever, and you're good to go. I will probably bring some of my Modere Go with me. I have the pink lemonade flavor. If you haven't tried it yet, it's fabulous. But that has a little bit of caffeine in there. So, just if I want something like that in the morning, a little boosty boost. Okay. So, as far as the collagen and the trim goes, okay. So, the collagen, it comes in a bottle, and the same thing with the trim, and it's a big old thing because of course when you are traveling by plane, you can't bring your full sizes of things a lot of the time unless you're checking a bag, because if it's over, like, I think it's 3.2, 3.5, something like that ounces, definitely not more than 4 ounces, they won't let you bring it through security. So Modere does have some great options for this, okay? So they do have a collagen in little packets. So it's the liquid and you open it up and you slug it back and you're good to go. For me, I prefer to do these. These are the collagen chews. I love the chocolate ones. There's also a life flavor, but the chocolate ones are fantastic because they actually taste like Tootsie Roll. Guys, I have actually gone into my pantry and found only one left in a bag that I only took like 3 out of because my kids were going in there and like nabbing them as little snacky s'mores. So like they do taste good, I promise. I'm going to be bringing this bag of collagen chocolate chews, and I will just take 2 of them in the morning and 2 of them in the evening, and you just chew them right up, good to go. And they taste good, and then you got your collagen in for the day. Okay, super easy for that. Now for the trim, they do make the trim, and actually, oh my goodness, I should have opened this while I was getting ready to do this so that I can show you the little things, because anybody who's popping in on YouTube, it's like, I want to see those packaged, Jess. So we're going to open this up, and that's okay because I'm going to take them out of this honky box to bring them along. So little packets, you just rip the top off and bam, you got your trim. And I got the chocolate for this one too. I do have, which one am I having right now? I think I've been doing the lemon trim. There's so many flavors and they're actually all pretty tasty. So I will be bringing those so that I have my trim. Okay. All right. Some things are just non-negotiable. We have to have them all the time. So those are just a couple of the things that I, take on the daily. And it's like, oh my gosh, how am I going to travel with this big thing of liquid, especially if you're not checking a bag. And even if you are checking a bag, sometimes you're just like, I don't know if I really want to wrap that all up inside there with all my clothes and everything that could burst open and make a big mess. We don't need to add more stress when we're already traveling. So now, in terms of traveling by plane, which I actually really enjoy traveling by plane, going through security and airports and stuff, like that kind of sucks. I'm not super excited about that part all the time, but actually, flying somewhere, getting there quickly, I really don't mind it. I used to be pretty nervous about it, but then, with all of the trainings and stuff that I've had to do over the years, I've actually gotten really used to traveling and I really do enjoy it. Okay. So when traveling, the number one thing that I notice is, it's like as soon as I like get on the airplane, even, and I've had so many different patients and colleagues, friends, you name it, that have said the same. As it's like once they're like, on the plane, it's like just stepping onto the plane dehydrates you enough that like your digestive system like shuts down and your body's just like, we're not going to poop the whole time you're gone. Uh, I don't know if any of you are Friends fans. If you know me at all, you know that I am. But I'm always thinking of, when Phoebe comes home from her honeymoon and they're all like, oh, did you have a great time on your honeymoon? She's like, oh, yeah. And they're like, well, where's Mike, her husband? And she's like, oh, he's at the doctor. He didn't poop the whole time we were gone. This is something that actually happens. So it has a lot to do with a lot of different things that are going on. Sometimes it's just the stress. It is definitely being dehydrated, because especially when you're elevated, it does mess with your electrolyte levels and stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I'm bringing my Revitalize. You could bring element packets. You could just travel with like a little thing of salt and ask for a lemon when you're on the plane, and you just put some salt and some lemon into there. At least ask for some lemon. They probably have salt on the plane. It may not be the best salt, but hey, if you really feel like, you're super dehydrated, hey, just put a little bit of it in there. It's not going to be the end of the world. Or, whatever snack you're having on the plane, if you're bringing a snack and it has some salt in it, there you go. You've got your salt in your food there. So that's all fine, right? So that's a big reason why, that's pretty much, like constipation is usually very easily, well, maybe not very easily, but it is relieved when you drink enough water. And so when you have these other factors working against you, this is what happens. So, you're also, going through security, you go through the big, like stand there and do the weird thing and the little thing goes around you, or you ask to opt out of that. I do have some colleagues that I used to opt out of it all the time, but I'm going to show you what I got and the other things that I do to help with that. But let's get back to this constipation thing, okay? So I always travel with my Cell Core Bowel Mover. This has a really scary name, okay? But it's not like, this isn't like, okay, you take one or two of these and you're going to be squeezing your cheeks and running for the bathroom. That's not how this works. But it will keep things moving because of the different herbs, aloe vera leaf powder. If you've ever, had to drink aloe, to help alleviate constipation, So this has great stuff in there, and it even has some things, garlic, clove, wormwood. That will help to go after any like bugs that are just, like, hey, you traveling? What's going on? Things are out of balance? Yay, I'm gonna do great in here. So I always make sure that I'm traveling with my bowel mover, and I'll start taking it, like tonight and tomorrow morning, just to kind of get a little bit of it in there so that my body doesn't really have a chance to completely just shut down. So I'm not like starting off by like going, oh my gosh, when am I going to poop? Cause I've been there. Okay. And it happens, and it happens a lot depending on who you are. Um, some people don't have any issues like this and other people do, but that's one thing that I always like to do. And so, on that note, as far as, like when you're traveling, sometimes, you're eating out a lot, or whatever the case is, you're in a different place, maybe you have different spices or whatever. So you never know what kind of like belly issues you're going to start feeling, right? So I always want to travel with some digestive enzymes. So tomorrow I'm going to be taking my Cell Core CT Zyme, which I actually I take these every day. Anyway, but I'm going to be taking these with me. I'm also traveling. I'm going to be traveling. I get to see my mom and my sister. So, I have enough in here just in case they need some too, although they might have some because, I do make sure that they know what kind of things to stock up on. But you want to have a digestive enzyme because you never know if something, and you don't want to be on vacation and like, not being able to do stuff because you're like in pain or like stuck in the bathroom or something. The other thing that I like to bring along with me is some betaine hydrochloride. So this is to make sure that you have the correct levels of hydrochloric acid in your stomach so that you can properly digest your food. There is a supplement that Standard Process makes called Zypan, which is digestive enzymes and this product together in one. So you could, I don't actually have any Zypan in the house because I've been taking the CT Zyme, but you could do the Zypan just to bring along. But the whole point is you want to make sure that you have digestive enzymes, that you have something with some hydrochloric acid in it so that you're less likely to start reacting to different foods that you might be consuming. Okay. So a couple of other things that I'm going to be traveling with, because you just never know. I usually bring like some turmeric or Cellcore's IFC, just like something that you can take if like something really hurts, like if your feet are killing you because you're walking a lot or something like that. I mean, like, you might have to like walk around in heels depending on what kind of thing you're at. So I like to bring something just in case anybody has like ouchiness. And then I will always bring my estro, because I want to make sure that my hormones, this is a wonderful hormones supporting supplement. So ladies, if you are in your late 30s through your 40s and 50s and you're dealing with perimenopause symptoms or menopause, this is an absolutely fantastic supplement to take every day to help to get everything back in order. And especially with lifestyle changes, like learning emotional balance and things like that, this can really help with cortisol issues as well, with raised cortisol. So wonderful to have around. So I will not be leaving home without that. I am also bringing my Cellcore BC-ATP. This is mitochondrial support. This helps so much with memory and brain and focus and everything. So especially, sometimes you're tired. You're sleeping in a hotel room. Maybe you're not getting the best sleep. So, you're waking up in the morning and you're like, okay, like I feel like I could have gotten a better night's sleep, but now I'm going to this thing and I have to like learn stuff all day. That's what I'm doing. But whatever it is that you're doing. So I want to make sure that I have my mitochondrial support, and that so I can have like sharp brain, memory, focus, and everything. So I make sure that I take these along with me too. Okay, so I was talking a little bit about, traveling through the airport and going through, the thingy. I don't even know what it's called. It's like that X-ray thing that like spins around you. So the issue with this thing is it does have a much higher level of like radiation than just going through the metal detector. If you're traveling with kids, you might be lucky enough to just be able to go through the metal detector with them, because they don't put the kids through the spitty thing until like they're 13 or something like that. But when you're traveling by yourself, you don't have that option. So if you have enough time before you're going to be boarding, you can just politely ask to opt out of that, and they'll just pull you aside and wait until they have somebody who can give you a nice little pat down. They're always very nice about it. It does take some extra time though. So if you only have like 20 minutes until you're supposed to be boarding or something like that, it may or may not be the best choice for you. It really depends. Sometimes they have somebody there right away to help you, and sometimes you're waiting for 10 or 15 minutes. So, if you absolutely don't want to go through it, which I used to not go through it at all. And I have colleagues who don't go through it. I remember traveling with one colleague, and she decided to just go through it because she didn't want to wait for the pat down. And poor thing was like, she was so sick the next couple of days. Now, she is very sensitive to things like that. It's not typical for everybody to feel that way. We wouldn't necessarily feel the effects or attribute what we're feeling to those EMFs that are in all that radiation. So you can either opt out of it, like I said, or there's a couple of other options. So one of the things that I got this cute little personal PEMF. This is a Pure Life, and I just turned it on, and this is giving off like positive electromagnetic frequencies. It's basically giving off some better frequencies to equip your cells to be able to handle all of the other nonsense that's going to be surrounding you, because there's a lot of different radioactive, electromagnetic frequencies just on the plane. I mean, they have to contact the ground. There's so many things going on. People are all on their Wi-Fi's and stuff in there, so you're exposed to it. I mean, every day anyway, but you are exposed to some extra things while you're just in the airport and flying on a plane. So it may be something that you want to do. So this thing, I turned it on and it stays flickering green like that for like 10 minutes or so. I think I need to charge this, charge this tonight. So it stays flickering green for about 10 minutes or so while it's sending that off. Okay. And it goes out for, I think it's like 4 to 6 feet, 6 feet around you or something like that. And so it will just start to give off those positive electromagnetic frequencies to just sort of equip your body, and then it turns off, and then you're good to go for about 4 hours. So I will usually like turn this thing on and like stick it in my boot or something, or in my pocket while I'm like getting ready to go through security. And then once I get up to security, I'll just put it away in my bag, go through everything, and then I feel I'm like, okay, I'm protected. so I don't get quite as many effects from all of that. The other things that you can do, there are ways to, there are supplements that you can take. I mean, it's something that is like a binder. So if you have Cellcore biotoxin binder, or you have systemic formulas bind, if you have standard process parotid, which is not a binder, but it does to help take care of a lot of those kinds of things. So something like that can really help to combat that. The other thing is, because we are exposed to these things every single day, and you really can't get away from it. So, you're going to be exposed to EMFs. You just are. So, if we just, kind of form a protective bubble around ourselves, if you will, just imagining a protective bubble around yourself and understanding and saying, I trust my body is going to be able to ward off anything that's not going to be good for my functioning, anything that's not going to be good for my wellness and well-being. And then just kind of go through your day just knowing that you are more protective. If you have that intention, then that's going to really be awesome. So there's a couple of different things that can be done as far as that goes to help yourself feel more protected. So let's see. One more. So while you're traveling, of course, you're going to be exposed to all kinds of things and people, like we've been talking about. All right. So you are sitting in a tube with lots of other people around. I'm not a big promoter on being afraid of germs, okay? Because we are made of germs. We are made of bacteria, of viruses, of fungi. We have parasites inside of us. That's how we are made. So the issue becomes when you were so, overloaded with toxicities and stuff, and then your body needs to start detoxing. So when you are protecting your body from some of these different things going on, you're not going to feel the need to detox as well. So one of my favorite foundational immunity support things is the Cellcore's Cytoimmune. This is, even just taking one of them a day is amazing. So now, you can certainly get all of these things that I am talking about, get these exact things if you want to contact me and I can help you grab those. But you might be able to find things that do the same thing that you also love and take those along with you too. Okay. Sometimes just bringing some elderberry gummies or something like that can really help to boost up your immune system while you're traveling. Maybe you have a different supplement that helps keep your digestion going well. Maybe you have a different electrolyte option that you absolutely adore. And that's all fine and great. If you do want to get your hands on any of these standard process or Cellcore systemic formulas things, you just go ahead and give me a shout. You can email me at jess@deeprootedwellnessid.com. I'll be happy to give you a little chat about that and get you all started. And if you want to order the Revitalize or any of the collagen or trim from Modere, go ahead to modere.com and use my code 7345194. You'll save $10 on your first order, and then you got all your stuffs. So I'm excited to travel. I'm always excited to travel, but I wanted to just share some of the things that I make sure that I have and do. And I may even be forgetting a thing or two, honestly. Some other things that I have that are just really more for me. I have a neurospicy brain, so any kind of noises and stuff while I'm trying to sleep can really mess with me. So I'm bringing my loop earplugs, which I sleep with every single night, so that I can't hear the TV on out in the other room or something like that. It helps me get a better night's sleep. And honestly, if the kids are yelling or something, I can still hear them. It's like I can feel their frequency calling for me or something. So it's never been an issue. I'm not going to sleep through something major because I have them in, but it keeps enough of it out that I won't have to. And I also have my eye mask that I don't always use, but just in case, because sometimes there's weird lights in a hotel room and it'll be shining on me and then I won't be able to sleep very well. So there's usually just a couple of things that you, that you that help you sleep better at night. We've all talked about how important sleep is. So, sometimes you just want to do them. I'm actually over here trying to think about how I can shove a Squishmallow into one of my bags because I like sleeping on Squishmallows. They're so comfortable. I'm definitely contemplating that. So this was my little tidbits on travel. And, first and foremost, you want to go into traveling with the idea that it's going to be fun, that you're going to get where you're going and you're going to see who you're going to see and do what you're going to do. And everything's going to work out for you and you're going to be totally fine. You're going to get that overhead bin space and not have to check your bag. You're going to You're going to have a great flight. You're not going to have, chatty Cathy next to you who doesn't understand that headphones in means you don't want to have a conversation. You're going to be able to do things on the plane and to be productive, or take a nap if that's what you want to do. So, and go in with the intention that the food that you eat is going to, you're going to take in everything that you need, and your body is going to detox out what it does not need, and you're going to trust your body to do those things. So go into it with a happy heart, and have a wonderful time. And I'll be probably be sharing a little bit about some of the things that I'm learning. I haven't ever been to one of these oil conventions before, so it's pretty exciting to go and learn a little bit more about some of the things that I've been using in my house for many years. I don't really promote them for my clients, but I do use them and talk about them. So happy travels. Do all the things, have all the fun. It really can be awesome. Bring your own snacks if you don't want to eat the snacks that are on the plane. Grab your own water once you get through security. Grab yourself a water that you approve of before you get on the plane, if you don't want like the plane's tap water or what have you. But yeah, make sure you stay hydrated, take your supplements, and have fun. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you would like to download my free resource guide, just go to jess.deeprootedwellnessid.com/resources. Capitalize the R in resources if you're having any issues with that. But yeah, download that free resource guide. I'm so glad you were here today to Nourish Your Roots with me. I'm Jess Milner. Thanks for stopping in with Wellness Blueprints. Can't wait to have you here back next time.